Today, we're going to see how static electricity makes water dance. And just like this is what happens when you bend it like water. You know, I love all sorts of balloon magic. But this one is really cool. This is a very interesting science project that uses the power of static electricity to make it look like water bends and even dances to your touch. And for our experiment today, we'll need some balloons, water, clear, sticky tape, a blue and red marker, a glass jar with a lid, some paper towel, and of course, a little bit of patience. Now, time for an important tip for this experiment. You want to blow up the balloons to different sizes so that they are not too tight and there is still room to stretch them out a bit more. And this is what we call a super balloon. See, I blew it up a little bit too much and it pops. So let's try again. There we go. That's perfect. Alright, now let's color the inside of our balloons. We're gonna use the blue marker for this one and the red marker for this one. And if you've watched my previous videos before, you will know that I always say, never eat the science projects. But hey, at least these markers are non-toxic. Next, place one balloon over top of the glass jar and color the sticky tape. Alright, now we re-gone. Now put a few drops of water on the sticky tape and then place the other balloon over top of the jar. And you can do this part with a friend. Now, here comes the fun part. Slowly start to peel the sticky tape off while holding on to the balloon and watch what happens. Whoa, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's like the water is dancing. And if you look closely, the water actually looks like it's coming out of the balloon. Now, let's take a closer look at what's going on here. First, let's have a look at the balloon itself. When we blow air into the balloon, we're actually putting in quite a bit of energy. If the balloon was perfectly elastic, then all that energy would stay in the balloon and be released all at once. But since the rubber has some friction, the molecules rub against each other and convert some of that kinetic energy into heat. So the air inside the balloon gets warmer and expands. And this process of rubbing the balloon against the air also causes static electricity to build up on the surface of the balloon. So the inside of the balloon becomes negatively charged and the outside becomes positively charged. When we bring the balloon close to the glass jar, those positive charges on the outside of the balloon attract the negative charges on the inside of the jar. So electrons flow from the jar to the balloon, and the balloon becomes less negatively charged. Now that there's a difference in charge between the balloon and the air, those electrons jump from the balloon to the air. And this creates a small electric field around the balloon. This electric field is strongest where the balloon is thinnest, which is right here. So the electric field lines push down on the water, making it curve downwards. The water on the sticky tape also acts as a sort of capacitor, storing electrical charges. So when the sticky tape is removed, the charges stored in the water suddenly discharge through the air, creating these cool little sparks. You might think that the water is actually coming out of the balloon, but it's not. The water is just pushed aside by the strong electric field, making it look like the water is coming out of the balloon. And the same thing happens with the red balloon, except that the electric field lines are pointing upwards, so the water is pushed upwards instead. This balloon magic trick is simple, fun, and educational. And my friends love it whenever I perform this one at parties. And best of all, you get to learn a little bit about static electricity while you're at it. So give it a try and let me know how it goes in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more fun science experiments. See you next time!